right about now.
Welcome, everybody, to another installment of Right About Now presents the Virtual Slam Head-to-Head edition. My name is Chibbi. I will be your host for this evening. Thank you for tuning in live on a Monday night. And we see we got people tuning in from all over the place. Rhode Island in the house, Houston, Albany, Georgia, Ontario, Canada. This is worldwide. In any case, if you're tuning in right now and you're like, what am I watching? Let me let you know. This is a 3-round head-to-head single elimination poetry slam. We got 8 poets in the backstage area geared up and ready to go to compete against each other for a chance to win $100 in cash prizes. The way that it works, if we have all 8 in the first round, and then we're going to cut it down to the top 4, and then we're going to cut it down to the top 2, and then one person will walk away with the big money. We give away $10 to the 2 people that tie for third, $30 to the person in second place, and $50 to the person in first place for a total of $100 in cash prizes. Typical slam rules apply in that there can be no musical accompaniment except for the music you can make with your own body, no group pieces here, as well as no animal acts, people. Come on, let's leave them alone. Put them in the other room. However, minor change, we do allow for props or costumes to be used if a poet so chooses to use said props or costumes, but no one's taken us up on that offer, so we'll see what happens. In any case, the other difference is the time limit in this virtual slam. Each poet will have 2 minutes and 10 seconds to perform a poem of their own construction, original work only, people. Please, no plagiarizing. At 2 minutes and 10 seconds, a very annoying sound will play. That poet's mic will be muted, and that will be the conclusion of their poem for that round. At the end, once both poets have performed, because we have them both up at the same time, head to head, pew, pew, pew. Once both poets have performed, the way that we decide the winner is by audience vote. We will put a poll in the comments section, which I see you all are using the comment sections quite elaborately, and I love it. I live for it. New Jersey in the house. Super exciting. So we will drop a link in the comments. You will click on said link. That will take you to a poll, and you will vote for who you think won that round. It's head-to-head. You can only vote for one. Only one poet gets to advance. So that is... that's the way we roll here at the Virtual Slam. And let me let you know who you're going to be hearing from tonight in no particular order. We're going to have Amir Safi, Zachary Caballero, Casha, Sarah Bellum, Laura Lilia, Kimberly Shaw, the closer, Kayla Quimbley, and Blupoetres. So I see people already shouting out their favorites in the comments section. You know why you should do that? Because not only are you the judges, but you are the audience. And your job as the audience is to influence the other judges. And your job as the judges is to decide who moves on to the second round. It's this whole cyclical loop that ends up being very torturous by the end of it, because it starts in one place and it just gets harder and harder and harder to make decisions, people. So influence each other as much as possible. Do that, because that's awesome. And get ready for what is going to be an incredible night of poetry with some of the best poets from all across the world, because we do very much try to keep this worldwide, international. Who, if you can have access to the internet, you have access to perform on the Virtual Slam. So before we get into the actual bouts, we're going to start off with the sacrificial round. We want to make sure that your voting buttons are working, that you have your little clicky fingers are active, that you can access the polls, that you can vote. So we're going to have a sacrificial round. In the sacrificial round, we are going to show you 2 videos of poems. However, everybody that is competing tonight is competing live from wherever they are joining us from in this great, wonderful world that we live in. But let's get going with the sacrificial sacrificial poems. Coming up first in the sacrificial round, y'all show some love in the comment section for Donnie Rose.
The racist cop and neighborhood drug dealer compare notes of genocide. I bet my bullet can grind his ribcage into chalk dust. I bet my bullet will make soup out of his intestines. I bet my bullet can pop his brain like confetti. I bet my bullet will keep his little brother inside the house. I bet my bullet can paralyze his thug posture. I bet my bullet will make his mama curse her motherfucking God. I bet my bullet can organize his next family reunion. I bet my bullet will headline the 6 o'clock news and get away as clean as a medical examiner's table. I bet nobody gonna tell my bullet nothing. I bet my bullet keeps everybody's mouth shut.
All right. That was Donnie Rose kicking off the sacrificial round. Keep that poem in your mind. Hold it. Let it percolate while you hear the next poet in the sacrificial round, Brendan Constantine.
When my father was born, they brought him to me still wet, stub of cord still glowing. They say a father's eyes don't work at first, but his were wide. He stared at me a long time before passing out on my chest. I know he knew me. My mother didn't want to come out. As I labored, she turned suddenly, squared her shoulders. I thought they might open me, got ready for it, but she turned again and came like a dream. That is, she came already come, wearing a veil, a call. She cried when I peeled it away, which made me cry, so they let us be alone together and didn't cut the cord. They said there was no hurry. Wow, that's actually better than what because I totally thought, like, oh, you're just gonna get, like, rehab applause. This is gonna be, like...
That was Brendan Constantine in the sacrificial round. We have already dropped the link in the comments, people. So now you got to go click on that link. It's down there, I think, probably. It's probably down there. So go click on that link. We only leave the polls up for about a minute. So that being said, if you are tuning in, make sure that you're tuning in live. Sometimes when you click a live video, if you didn't tune in is exactly when the live video started, it'll take you back to the beginning. So you might be watching something that happened 20 minutes ago. So make sure that you're watching live, right? Click that live button so that you get a chance to vote for who your favorites are, because we only leave the polls open for about 1 minute or so. You got about 20 more seconds here for our sacrificial round. Make sure you click on it. Let us know when you vote. Let us know who you voted for. Again, the point is to influence each other. So let us know. Let us know. Let us know that you voted. All right. Because we want to make sure that you are able to access these polls and that you are voting. So you got about 5, 4, 3. Do we vote for who we want to keep or want to sacrifice? That's a very good question. I've never had anyone ask that. Yes, who you want to keep. You always vote for who you think won that round. Yes, vote for who you think won that round. Okay, I see people saying they voted. Good. The link is working. Great. Done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The link is closed. No more voting. Winner of the sacrificial round is Donnie Rose. Thank you, everybody who voted. That means you now can, you know how to do it. You know how to do it. You know how to vote. It's all fantastic. So I feel like there was something I was supposed to. Oh, yes, that's right. So we're going to get started with the first round. In the first round, we have already randomly selected who's going up against who and the order for each bout. In subsequent rounds, we continue on in bracket form, and we flip a coin to see who goes first in each round. So, coming up first to the microphone. Well, maybe. Let me take this opportunity to also announce that we understand that it is a virtual slam and that the internet be a thing. So if there are technical difficulties and they are on our end, the poet does get the chance to either restart the poem or do a completely new poem. If the technical difficulties are on the poet's side, then we will wait and we just keep going. If there is complete silence / frozenness for 20 seconds, then that is the poet's time and we have to move on because we understand that like technical difficulties can be a thing, but we also, can't just be waiting around all night long. So we are going to get started with the first round. I'm seeing everybody's fantastic comments coming through. Thank you for the clarification. Written in melanin. Okay, here we go. I think I covered all the rules. I may have. I don't think I forgot any. But in any case, first round is going to be on the psychedelic purple side. We have a poet who is having the smallest amount of technical difficulties right now, and that's why I haven't called them up. So I'm just stalling because I look cute when I stall. Ding! That's all I got for y'all people. Okay, so I'm going to call up the poet that's going to be on the neon green side. This poet is going second in this round. So on the neon green side is going to be Sarah Bellum. Sarah, welcome to the stage. Where are you joining us from?
Houston, Texas, the Heights.
In the Heights.
The Heights.
I can't survive without coffee. All right. So Sarah Bellum is on the neon green side. That means on the psychedelic purple side is going to be Zachary Caballero. Zachary, where are you joining us from?
Not the Rocky Mountain, but also Houston, Texas.
Oh, all right. Also from Houston, Texas. So we got two H-Town locals going head to head. Sarah Bellum, you are muted. Zachary Caballero, you are going first. The stage.
I end every phone call to my brothers and my best friends with, I love you. No qualification, no hesitation, no reservation. It's a natural cadence, no need to pretend. Seconds. It takes seconds to say I love you before a call ends. I do it quick, and it's got all the rhythm of a natural law. I do admit my heart jumps a bit when I say it. There was a time when I didn't tell my friends I love them. My masculinity taught me to be silent. The shame of my youth is that I listened. My brothers raised me then. They were boys too, boys raising each other. We said, I love you mainly as penance, the price my mom made us pay for fighting each other. Your brothers for crying out loud. It made sense. Instead of salting the wound, we use love as the salve. How the words leave my mouth now. Declaration is documentation. Tell your friends that you love them. It deserves to be heard. Preserve the record. What do you have to lose by speaking the truth? Toxic masculinity leaves little room for evolution. A text message, on the other hand, is very different. I will write the words, but I prefer to give my voice to the verb. I know the power of a spoken word. A phone call is a stage. On the other end of the line is an audience that knows the stories behind your name. Before the call ends, like a sentence you wish you could rewrite, speak up. This is what I've learned to do. Life has its rules, and this one is mine. I end every phone call to my brothers and my best friends with, I love you. Thank you.
Zachary Caballero on the psychedelic purple side, kicking off round one, bout one. Show Some love in the comment section if you were feeling that. You know what to do. Drop some purple hearts for this man. I'm coming up against Zachary Caballero on the neon green side. Sarah Bellum. The stage is
your... Tell the picked clean they lied. Made up stories of monsters touching them who should be protecting them. Tell us we lied, please. It's been my story my whole life, and when I go to the first jury duty, a little one under 5 years tries to tell the world their father molested them. The defense builds the case. Children lie, and so we shouldn't be taken away by their imagination, by their stories. PTSD shows us having no imagination left to survive. Given an ink blot, instead of creating things, the patient tells the psychiatrist, I see nothing but an ink blot. I see a vast white space and black ink erupting inside. Tell us we lie through our teeth. Tell us our teeth can't do anything but eat white lies. Tell us we lie. Tell us our lies are why we survive.
Sarah Bellum on the neon green side. If you were digging that poem, throw some green hearts in the comments section. If you are indecisive, throw some Mardi Gras colors in the comments section. In any case, we have dropped the link to the poll. This is it. This is not a drill, people. Go click on this link. Go vote for who you think won that round, because now is for real, not for play. One of these poets will advance to the second round and walk away with some guaranteed money, dare I say. So you have to make that choice, people. You are the audience. The audience is the judges. So please and thank you. Go do that. Vote for who you think won this round, this bout. Bout one, round one. Was it ding, 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 Zachary Caballero on the psychedelic purple side, or Sarah Bellum on the neon green side? You got about 15 more seconds before we close those polls, people. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I know, look, already people are saying that it is so hard to choose. I get it. It's only going to get harder, people. That's the way it goes. So, you got about 5 more seconds. If you still have not voted, what are you doing with your life? Why do you hate yourself? Go vote. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And polls are closed, which means moving on to the second round, and walking away with some guaranteed money is going to be Zachary Caballero. Sarah Bellum, thank you so much for that incredible poem. Zachary, we will see you in the next round. Okay, here we go. Round one, bout one, done. You know how it's done now. Here we go. Let's just dive right into bout two. On the psychedelic purple side is going to be Kimberly Shaw, the closer. Kimberly, where are you joining us from?
Charleston, South Carolina.
Charleston, South Carolina, in the house. Coming up against Kimberly Shaw, the closer, is going to be Blupoetres. Blue, where are you joining us from?
Long Island, New York.
Long Island, New York. All right, this is all East Coast right here. So that means, Kimberly, you are going first. The stage is yours.
You don't have to suck and fuck, bitch. My mouth works just fine. Double, quadruple, triple, overtime. Actually, Trick, don't play with me or him. He knows where he can get it factually. Send him my way, then hit the highway. You ain't gotta worry. Kimberly got it. You good? I'm good. He good. Once again, we good. Cut the complaining. I'm done explaining what's understood. I'll take it from here. I'll take him from there, and any and everywhere else you decide you want to leave him, because obviously you ain't even half the woman as me, and you still haven't figured out his worth or this equation. So that's why you will always be a variable, and I will stay a constant variable in his life. Let's solve for X, shall we? You ain't gotta cook for him, but you can look for him getting fucked, sucked, and fed on fairy. I'll make sure he eat plenty and that my marrow leaves him good and satisfied. You satisfied? I told you. I got it from here, bitch. Since you think this is a game, come claim your stupid prize, your relationship's demise. It's all on you. What did you really expect him to do? Of course, he ran back to his roots. He knows where he can get it. You got a little too comfortable on your pillow, princess. So let a real queen step in and show you how it's done. I'll flood his throne with so much love and leave you thrown. I'm on some grown woman shit over here. I got it from here. Bitch, I already told you I'm good. We good. He good. If I needed an assist, I would ask you. Just go back to your mundane life while you watch this phenomenal woman work my transcendental black girl magic as his wife, giving him joy and fulfilling every last desire of his generous heart since our very first legendary start 9 years ago. You do the math. He good. We good. I'm good. Bitch, I already told you. I'll take it from here.
Kimberly Shaw, the closer on the psychedelic purple side, kicking off bout 2 of round 1. Y'all show some love in the comment section. You know what to do. Drop some purple hearts if you were feeling that poem. Coming up against that on the neon green side, Blupoetres. The stage is yours.
One-sided. I don't know what to do, so I write. I can't think, I can't speak, so I write. No matter how hard I try to prevent the tears from falling, they persist. I'm dehydrated, fumes of love evaporated, I resist. She is within arm's reach, but I can't reach. Arms laden with the weight of insecurity, she smiles. She laughs, but how if I lay accused? The crime, elusive, the details withheld. No mercy for my rising despair, so I write. No elixir or antidote for this poison, so I write. Tears flee the prison behind my lashes, they persist. I want to beg for resolve, I resist. She accused me of a secret crime, a mystery cloaked in pain and abuse. She won't even look at me, the sentence, exile, the relationship, terminal. Sleep won't find me, so I write. Anxiety won't leave me, so I write. Memories of our highs, they persist. I want to drive over to her house, I resist. Our paths will cross again. The inevitable brings much angst. To pretend we never existed, the act final, the journey anew. I cannot prove my innocence, so I write. I cannot seek forgiveness, so I write. The nagging thoughts of failure, they persist. I did nothing wrong. I want to scream. I resist. I am worthy of love. I counsel. She cannot steal my joy. I remind. I will not be defeated into self-loathing. Her friendship lost. My life endures.
Y'all, that was Blupoetres on the neon green side. Throw some green hearts in the comment section if you were feeling that, or, you know, like, for all the bluebies out there, throw some blue hearts in the comment section. In any case, we've already dropped the link, people. We've already dropped the link, and now you have to make a decision as to who is moving on to the second round to face off against Zachary Caballero for a chance to win some big bucks. You need to make that decision. Is it Kimberly Shaw, the closer on the psychedelic purple side, or Blupoetres on the neon green side? What are you waiting for, people? Go vote, and then try and influence the other audience members, because like we said, these are really hard decisions. All of these poems are incredible, and someone might not know who to vote for. So you got to influence them, because otherwise they're just going to sit out this election and then, you know, like complain about it afterwards if who they thought should have won didn't win, but they didn't actually vote. So therefore they have no room to complain. So they need you to go door to door canvassing and influence who's going to win this bout. So you got to make a decision, people. And the way you canvass here is just by leaving comments. Okay, that's the way it goes. Okay, don't actually go knock on someone's door, please. That's actually no. You can text people too. Do that. In any case, we got about 15 more seconds. Why are we still waiting? Thank you, May, who already voted. Thank you, Epiphany, who already voted. Thank you, Tasha, who already voted. That's what I'm talking about. I want people to vote early. Early voting is a thing. Early voting is a thing. Don't wait till the last minute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's it. That's it. We're closing the polls. Polls are closed. If you missed it, then you can complain about it next election cycle. Moving on to round 2 is gonna be Blupoetres. Kimberly Shaw, thank you so much for that incredible poem, Blue. We will see you in the next round. Just like that. Quicha, lightning. Round 1. Bout 3. Coming up on the psychedelic purple side is going to be Kayla Quimbley. Kayla, come join us in this world. Kayla, unmute yourself. Where are you joining us from?
I am joining you from Columbus, Georgia, but I hail from Albany, Georgia.
Okay. We got the South in the house. Yes. Coming up against Kayla is going to be Lilia. Laura, where are you joining us from?
I'm here in Houston, Texas as well.
All right, another Houstonian in the house. Well, Laura, we're going to go ahead and mute you. Kayla, you are going first. The stage is yours.
They say flowers bloomed in the springtime, but she bloomed year-round through all the seasons, sun up and sun down, they say. Roses could not grow from the concrete, and yet she still rose. God only knows the weather she's seen and felt as her petals turn pink, yellow, green, brown, and sometimes black. Withered away, and yet before the season could end, she died and came back to life. With more beauty to share to the world that only paid attention when she was colorful. No one ever stopped to give her water when her colors didn't seem so bright, or even wanted to pick her from the ground if her color was not right. They say this flower is not in season, therefore there is no reason to waste time and energy on a harvest that will take time to reap. We will leave her here until her season peaks. And when her season peaked, you can bet they came back. But what they came back to, they were not ready for that, because you see, although she bloomed year-round, each time the season changed, she died, but was never unrooted from the ground. And her nature was profound because each season, her petals never stayed the same. There was a new beauty to her that you'd miss if you expected her to stay the same. Each season, her petals became more lush, and her roots and stems grew thicker, and her thorns would make you bleed if you did not know how to properly pick her. You see, she was never a regular flower, and that's why she bloomed year-round. She took notice of the world around her, sun up and sun down, not afraid to experience the rain, the sleet, and the snow, because she understood that the seasons were what helped her grow. Thank you.
Kayla Quimbley on the psychedelic purple side, kicking off bout 3 of round 1. Y'all show some love in the comments section. Drop some purple hearts if you were feeling that poem. Coming up against Kayla on the neon green side, Laura Lilia. The stage is yours.
If you get enough time in it, there's a trap door under the floor, a ceiling that cracked a while back, and a chair that has only 3 legs. I learned how to sit in that chair with my depression. I decided to make it challenging to sit uncomfortable on purpose, because I've learned that it's in between my comforts and our current reality that will be the death of me. While sitting on that chair, I look for what hasn't been really settled within me. What rock should I have left unturned? I'd sit in review of my life's greatest threatening moments I've endured, and secretly crave to be put under with anesthesia one more time. The hum of reality fading away as I count down to 10. It's always over before you know it. But right now, what I've reflected on while in that chair confirms that time is a haunting illusion. It's really like sitting down in darkness and waiting for something to pop out and frighten you. It's possible for anything to happen in dark. Since our eyes don't see what lurks so closely, It gives the unthinkable and adrenaline to be invincible. After a while, the fear dissipates and I focus on my breath. Understand that I feel the rise and the fall within me, and I know it is real. That somehow everything is beating and flowing to keep me alive in this moment. And then I finally give in. I fall in love with solitude.
Laura Lilia on the neon green side, closing out bout 3 of round 1. Y'all drop some green hearts in the comment section if you were feeling that. But first, go vote. We've already dropped the link. Go click on that link. This is round 1, bout 3, and you got to vote for who you think won that round and should advance to the next round and walk away with some guaranteed money. Okay? Who's it gonna be, people? Is it gonna be Kayla Quimbley on the psychedelic purple side, or boom, boom, Laura Lilia on the neon green side? People, you got to make that decision. I see a lot of Mardi Gras colors happening in the comment section right now, which lets me know that y'all are having a hard time making a decision, which means you might be easily susceptible for who other people are voting for, which means if you know who you want to vote for, maybe you should try and influence the judges. Let them know. Let them know in the comment section who you voted for, who you think they should vote for. It only gets harder, people, because you know why? You vote for your favorites, and then your favorites perform again against your other favorites, and then your favorite votes against your favorites' favorites, and then by the end of it, we're all favoriting each other, and nobody can make a decision, and that's my life, because I'm a Gemini. 5, 4, 3. This means we're going to close the polls, people, so if you're still waiting to vote, don't. Just do it already. 2, 1. Husm. Okay, that's it. Polls are closed. No more voting can be done. I mean, it might be done, but it's not going to count. So, moving on to round 2. For some guaranteed cash money is going to be Kayla Quimbley. Laura, thank you so much for that incredible poem. Kayla, we will see you in the next round. Here we go. Final bout of round 1 is going to start off with, on the psychedelic purple side, Casha. Casha, where are you joining us from?
I am a proud native Kansan, but I am in Austin, Texas.
Okay. In Austin, Texas, by way of Kansas. However, going up against Casha is going to be Amir Safi. Amir, where are you joining us from?
Houston, Texas.
Okay, Houston versus Austin. Here we go. Amir, you are going second, so you are muted. Casha, that means the stage is...
Gotta stop getting fucked up. What did I have in my cup? I don't know where I woke up. I keep on pressing my luck. Bitch, it's down. We're down to our drawers. The birds sound ugly like they laugh at the midnight gossip. We lost it. One too many again. Hazy nights with random niggas and friends. We threw that ass till we caught it. He bought the section, some bottles, so now we knocking in too deep into oblivion. What world am I living in? I feel them going down, but I'm numb within. Piling on bodies. They feel good. They felt great. Did we fuck raw? Did I feel safe? Am I insane? No, I'm in pain. The damage goes deeper than the D. I wonder if he can fuck the trauma out of me. I wonder if he can suck the insecurity out of me. I gotta stop getting entangled in rendezvous with loneliness and depression, worthlessness with need for attention, with no intention of connection, just action, no passion when I'm acting out of anguish. I'm acting out in front of strangers who aiming along with the self-love I'm trying to gain, bitch. You gotta stop getting fucked up. I don't know who that was or where we were or how we got from one place to the next. I'm vexed, a mess, and I just got the text to come through and I might do it. Because I'm cold on the inside, but when the inside, I got something warm to cling to. Someone to lean on when the seasons change to bitter. Someone to feed on when my inner is soiled like litter, bittersweet. Someone to feel, yet no one who knows how I feel, empty. Like the fucks I give or the fucks he gives me. I know it's crazy, but sometimes bodies is better than nobody. Thank you.
Casha on the psychedelic purple side, kicking off the final bout of round one. If you're feeling that, drop some purple hearts in the comments section. Going up against that, on the neon green side, Amir Safi. The stage is yours.
Beyonce names her daughter Rumi, and my heart becomes a whirling dervish. It is of no surprise to me that the home of a Black woman is where a Persian name is most welcome in America, where I have for too long watched people who look like me bleach their names, like my neighbor Amir, who introduces himself to me as Eric, who says hello to me in English, but I always hear him speak on the phone in Farsi. And I want to tell him, Eric, we already let Alexander burn Takht Jamshid. It is time for us to stop committing arson to our own names. But I want to ask him questions like, what's a resume to a history, Eric? Or do you think a racial slur really cares what you prefer to go by? But instead, I say, I hope you have a really nice day, Eric. And I mean it, because Eric is a really nice man, but it sounds like an error, and the music stops like an error, like when Charlie Boy remix I Look Good when nothing looked better than the original. And I look at this photo of Beyonce holding her twins like 2 Grammys Adele could not take from her, looking as proud as Charlie Boy is of being from Texas. And I imagine the same kind of Americans that made fun of my name and called me a terrorist may now one day name their children Rumi, without ever knowing where he's from, or he was one of the greatest poets that has ever lived. But I guess that's what Insta quotes are for, when a people become more afraid of bigotry than erasure. I mean, can you even get mad at someone for wearing something you threw away?
Amir Safi on the neon green side, closing out the final bout of round one. Y'all throw some green hearts in the comment section if you were feeling that. But first, go vote. Or do both. You know, you can do both. I believe in y'all. I believe that you are capable, multitasking human beings that can both show your support and vote for who you think won that round at the same time. So don't let me down, people. Go ahead and click on that link. Go ahead and click on that link and go vote for who you think took that bout, because only one of these poets gets to advance to the next round to face up against Kayla. All right, whoever advances is going to walk away with some guaranteed money. So we're going to see. You got to decide. One of these two is going to advance. You make that decision. Is it going to be Casha on the psychedelic purple side? Or is it going to be Amir Safi, baby? See what I did there? Any hoozle. It's Adele weekend, people. Sorry, that's just me. I'm having a moment. It's been on loop all weekend. In any case, click on the link and vote. Don't pay attention to me, all right? Don't pay attention to me. Again, I'm seeing Mardi Gras colors in the comment section, which means people can't make up their minds, which means you need to influence them. Once you vote, let us know who you voted for. Let us know who you think other people should vote for. And do it quickly, because we're running out of time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 golden seconds until we close this poll. 4, 3, 2, 1. It's closed. We're done. It's closed. We're done. And I'm not getting into Christmas carols. That's not happening. Okay. So that means moving on to round 2 is gonna be Amir Safi. Y'all show some love. Casha, thanks you so much for that incredible poem. Amir, we will see you in the next round. Here we go, people. All right. Round 1 down. 2 more rounds to go, which means 6 more poems to hear. Which means if you're watching this right now and you're thinking to yourself, damn, I got poems. I want to win some cash money. How can I do this? It's real simple, people. We do this every second and fourth Monday of the month. And in order to qualify for the virtual slams that we are putting on, all you have to do is become a supporter of Right About Now on Facebook. So if you go to facebook.com/WAN Poetry, there's a little blue button on the top right-hand corner that says Become a Supporter. Click on that. And for just $4.99 a month, you will have access to the virtual slam and so much more, okay? The virtual slam is just the tip of the iceberg. We have been in a writing challenge all month long. We've been giving 10 to 15 writing prompts to the people that are Right About Now supporters to help encourage writing. You also get discounts on merchandise. You get discounts at the door if you go to the live shows in Houston. If you can't make it to the live shows in Houston, you get to stream the features from wherever you're at in the world. I mean, again, there are so many perks. You can go read about it. It's on facebook.com/WAM Poetry, and it's only $5 a month. And get this, everybody that made it to round 2 tonight is walking away with at least $10. So that means they now have 2 months free of Right About Now membership. If you win one of these virtual slams, that's $50. That means 10 months free of Right About Now membership. We are paying you to be members if you win the slams, right? So if you think you got what it takes, or if you just want to like kick it with some really cool people and join a fantastic community of writers from all across the world, go to facebook.com/WAM Poetry, become a subscriber, do that, become a supporter, and come join us because there's some really exciting things happening in 2022 on the virtual space. And I can't go into more than that. That's the teaser. You get that. We'll see you in 2022 for that. In any case, let's get going. Round 2. Coming up first on the psychedelic purple side, bringing back Zachary Caballero. And coming up against Zachary Caballero on the neon green side is going to be Blupoetres. All right. So, coin flip to decide the order. Heads means psychedelic purple goes first. Tails means neon green goes first. Flip, catch, land. It is heads. So that means Zachary Caballero, I'm going to need you to unmute yourself because you did the ultimate thing and muted yourself. Thank you. The stage is yours.
This is a poem for Honest Jimmy at the Walmart on Yale. This is a poem for Jimmy at the Walmart on Yale who delivered groceries to my car today and taught me a lesson for free. No one tells you what to say after you ask someone how their day is going and they respond with, not so good. That happened to me today at the Walmart on Yale. As I put the frozen pizza in my back seat, I asked Jimmy how he was doing. And he told me it was a not so good day, shook his head and took a breath, explained that everyone called in sick today, and he was one of 3 people handling all the groceries, answering all the phones from strangers asking him to do his job faster in the middle of a pandemic. He goes on to say, when I get in a rush and try to speed up, I make mistakes, and I hate making mistakes. And I want to say anything to make him feel better. I imagine the strange anger he's had to swallow today in the name of customer service. But mostly, I want to thank Jimmy for his honesty, for keeping it real and not bearing how he feels just because it was inconvenient. I want to tell him how many mistakes I've made in the course of a single day, just so he knows he isn't alone. Not today or tomorrow. I wish it were easier to leave a bad day behind. Wish it didn't always take up so much space. But of course, I didn't say any of this to Jimmy. Not sure it would have changed a thing. I will say, when Jimmy walked away, the last thing he said to me was, I hope you have a good day.
Zachary Caballero on the psychedelic purple side, kicking off round 2, bout 1 of round 2. Throw some purple hearts in the comment section if you were feeling that. Going up against that on the neon green side, Blupoetres, the stage is yours.
Barbie, you ain't shit, and neither is Ken. With your blonde hair and blue eyes that don't look nothing like me or mine. I had your mansion and your car, and I still couldn't picture myself in them. With your big titties, micro waist, and non-existent ass stayed plastered on every toy shelf, feet perpetually pointed on high heel shoes. What little girl out there out in the streets in stilettos, Barbie? There was an outfit for every occasion, swimming, dancing, the holidays, entertaining. Nothing about a career for years, but you had accessories, right? Sunglasses, rings, hats, gloves, wraps. Bitch, you had more shit than this black girl mama was willing to buy. For years, I would get a different version of you as gift. What little girl wouldn't want you? My friends envied me for having you. What were they envy of? Really? Your fake ass portrayal of the perfect woman? But you weren't perfect until 1980. The box even said Black Barbie, as if it wasn't fucking obvious by the curly afro and coffee colored limbs. The 7-year-old joy, excitement, and pride I felt died just as quickly. Why do you think that is, you bitch? Because it would take another 3 fucking years to get a Black Barbie that looked like me or mine. The stores kept her hidden. The boxes never delivered to my Toys R Us, Woolworths, or Alexander. For that, I will always hate you for keeping me away from Bobby. Yeah, I changed Black Barbie's name the second I tore her out the box. So fuck you, Barbie, and your no dick having Ken.
Blupoetres on the neon green side, closing out bout 1 of round 2. People, you know what to do. Show some love in the comment section, and. Actually, no or, just and. Go vote. Go vote, because we already dropped the link. One of these 2 incredible poets is going to move on to the final round. Both of them are walking away with some money. At this point, it's just a question of how much money are they walking away with. So it's getting real. Is it gonna be Zachary Caballero, or is it gonna be Blupoetres? Blupoetres, Zachary Caballero. Y'all, I could do this all night, and y'all would hate it. So I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop while we're ahead, and just let you go vote. You got about 15 more seconds. Why are you waiting? It gets harder as the night goes on, but let us know who you voted for. Let us know if you voted. Let us know who you think other people should vote for. Do not give me Mardi Gras hearts, okay? I know the feeling. I don't need it. I need decision-making, decisiveness. I need a verdict in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that was the official noise of the polls closing. So one of these poets is moving on, and we're about to find out. Moving on to the final round to win the big money is going to be one of these 2 poets, and that poet is going to be Blupoetres. So, Zachary Caballero, thank you so much for those incredible poems. Blue, we will see you in the next round. Here we go. Round 2, bout 2. Coming up first on the psychedelic purple side is going to be Kayla Quimbley, and going up against Kayla on the neon green side is going to be Amir Safi. So, coin flip, heads, purple goes first, tails, green goes first, flip, catch, land, whoop, tails. So that means Amir Safi, the stage is yours.
My mother picks up the pestle and mortar and does to the saffron what the clerics have done to her country. Pours in steaming water till the liquid in the bowl becomes the Caspian swallowing the sun. It smells like a home I have not visited in more than 10 years. Saffron, pound for pound, the most expensive spice in the world, worth more in its weight than gold. If customs found it, they would surely throw it away. But my grandmother is a high-stakes smuggler. Her currency is my mother's joy. Every time she visits, she brings some in her luggage, and my grandmother always comes through, and my mother always becomes a festival of lights. Looks at my father, reminds him that it is her saffron, approaches me with the same enthusiasm I had as a boy catching a fish, smiles at me when she says, "You cannot find saffron like this in America, Amir. You cannot find saffron like this anywhere else but Iran." And this is where I learned the limitations of the American dream, that you cannot find here what you already have. And I laugh because if customs found it, they would surely throw it away, but they were not successful this time, nor are they ever, because my grandmother is a high-stakes smuggler. Her currency is my mother's joy, and my mother loves to feed her boys. So we sit around the dinner table and we eat until the diaspora dissolves, until it is time for my brother and I to argue over who will do the dishes. My mother exclaiming to my grandmother, "These boys, I tried to teach them tarof, but they learn all of their manners from their father."
Amir Safi on the neon green side, kicking off the final bout of round 2. Y'all show some green hearts in the comments section if you were digging that. Coming up against that, Kayla Quimbley on the psychedelic purple side. The stage is yours.
They be ready to post pictures with a hashtag before your body can even hit the body bag. It's sad, but that's what it's like where I'm from. Death is a celebration that brings families together who haven't kicked or chilled in what seems like forever. The price of a life don't mean nothing. Anger and ego is the justice system where I'm from. Where they don't think twice before taking a life, and you better be right in the court of the law called the streets. Where they don't care if your mama weak or if you're the breadwinner that makes sure your family eats. That's what it's like where I'm from. Where bullets sound off like drums, and if you hear them, you better duck or run. Hanging out after the street light used to be fun, but now you better not be out unless you got a gun. It's sad, but that's what it's like where I'm from. Friends really be your enemies. Wolves in sheep clothing waiting to get the drop on you. Branches on the family tree have thorns that cut real deep if you touch the wrong one. It's sad, but that's what it's like where I'm from. And don't dare to be different, and please don't flex too hard, because where I'm from, that's a setup for you to be robbed. Want to see you do good, but never better than them, like crabs in a bucket that won't let you out to swim. It's sad, but that's what it's like where I'm from. Smile in your face, but underneath is greed, envy, and hate. Jealousy and greed should be the pay rate. And don't overstay your welcome, because you might not leave. So please, be careful with your movement in these streets, because that's what it's like where I'm from. Thank you.
Kayla Quimbley on the psychedelic purple side. Y'all throw some love in the comment section. Throw them purple hearts if you were feeling that. And go vote. Go vote. We've already dropped the link. It's there. It says vote here. Yay! So you got to vote for one of these poets. One of these poets gets to advance to the final round for a chance to win the big money. The big money. Because either way, they're walking away with money. Okay? It's just a determination of whether they're going to get 2 months of free Right About Now subscription. Okay? Or, I'm trying to do the math real quick in my head, 6 months of free Right About Now subscription, or 10 months of free Right About Now subscription, or a fancy dinner. You know, like whatever they want to do with the money. That's not my business. But you all get to decide that. I'd probably buy a nice bottle of tequila. You know how we do. In any case, I see people have voted. This is great. Now make sure you come back and you influence the voters. Tell us who you voted for. Try and influence these late voters. These people dragging their feet Or, you know, like, I don't know, maybe you don't have a ride to the polling place. I'm not going to fault you for that. Maybe you got to take public transport. Maybe you're waiting for your friend to get off work to give you a ride. Like, not going to fault you. In any case, you got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. That's it. No more. No more voting. No more voting, which means moving on to the final round is gonna be one of these poets, and it's gonna be Kayla Quimbley. Amir Safi, thank you so much for those incredible poems. Kayla, we will see you in literally like 2 seconds. Okay, final round. This is it, people. The big money round. Like we have said all night long, we give away $100 in cash prizes. We already know that 2 poets each walked away with $10. Now we're going to decide who walks away with 30 and who walks away with 50. And you're going to get to make that decision as I bring these poets up to the stage on the psychedelic purple side. It's going to be Blupoetres. Okay. And on the neon green side is going to be Kayla Quimbley. Yeah. Woo. Applause, applause, applause. Okay. That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. All right. So that means heads, psychedelic purple goes first. Tails, neon green goes first. Flip, catch, land. It is heads. So that means Blupoetres, you're going first. The stage is yours.
To the white ally poet, are you all right? Did you make it out of the slam alive? The way your white brethren were eyeballing you, I was sure Satan himself was going to rise from the rafters and take you to the sunken place with the other end-loving traitors. I mean, the way you turned red, then purple, then blue while you railed, it's no wonder you're head of your hometown Rainbow Coalition. I felt the tears when you bellowed about slavery to the point where I started to believe that I owned slave and not the other way around. You must be so proud of yourself to be the voice of the people. But which people is it today exactly? Or is it the whales? Because their lives matter too. No, I really do love that part because whales' lives actually do matter, duh. But the way that you raised your little red fist, it was the cutest little fist I'd ever seen. Besides that video on YouTube, you know, why would I be upset that you went on before me? Just because you spout statistics, have a black boyfriend, love fried chicken, took some classes in African-American literature on the south side of Chicago using rap lyrics, doesn't mean you could ever truly know what it means to be a black woman in America. But your poem was cute though, real spiritual and shit. But the title for Poet of the Night belongs to me.
Blupoetres on the psychedelic purple side, kicking off the final round. Y'all drop some purple hearts in the comment section if you were feeling that. You know what to do. On the going up against that on the neon green side, Kayla Quimbley. The stage is yours.
Imagine if social media never existed. A world not influenced by pictures, a setup where your words get twisted from a tweet you posted last week about loving the skin you're in, as if loving the skin you're in takes away from someone else loving their own. A world where double taps and follow backs hold no authority over the way you view yourself when you look in the mirror. A world where you're not triggered when you see someone else post how they just made 6 figures and you're still trying to figure out how to make your monthly income equal their gross amount. Imagine if social media never existed and we actually existed without comparing like with real love, and love was actually enough for us to be okay. Imagine if emojis and Instagram reels could show the real depiction of depression, painted over with smiles, and a comment section that would take you miles to walk if you actually read them all. Imagine if our walls had phones and could post on social media what goes on in our homes. Would we still want social media then? Would we still pretend if social media never existed? Thank you.
Kayla Quimbley on the neon green side, closing out the night. That was the final poem of the evening. And now it is the final chance to vote for your favorite. Who is walking away with the big money? Who's walking away with the big money? You all get to make the decision. In any case, both of these poets are walking away with some cash tonight, and you got to make that decision. And yes, Savvy, we knew it was going to be hard. I warned you. I said what I said. And what I said was that it's going to get harder as the night goes on. And y'all never believe me, but it's true. So one of these poets, you got to vote for one of these poets. Who won that round? It's a head-to-head battle. Who won that round? Was it Blupoetres on the psychedelic purple side, or Kayla Quimbley on the neon green side? Who was it? Who did it? Who did it for you? Who touched you in the heart of hearts? Who made you sweat a little bit around the collar? Who made you go change your underwear? Okay. Who made you secrete bodily fluids tonight? Were you leaking from someplace on your body? You make that decision. Who took it for you? We're going to give you a little extra time because we know it's hard. So you're probably like debating back and forth in your head. You're like, oh, I don't know. And then if you've got friends, you're like, oh, but what about? Oh, all of that is happening. I get it. I get it. If you don't have friends, all that's happening in here. I get it. So we're giving you a little extra time, but not that much. Maybe about 15 more seconds. Yes. Okay. Someone was leaking. All right. And I'm getting Mardi Gras hearts again from Quinn. Quinn. You need to vote for one. Dropped it. I agree with Cedric. Both finalists were fire, but you can only vote for one. Oh, yeah. Bodily fluids. These things happen. In any case, we got 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, we're done. That's it. That's it. No more. No more. No more. No more drama. I'm tired. Okay, I'm not doing that. I'm so sorry, people. I'm so sorry. And also, you're welcome. All right. That means that winning first place in tonight's slam is Blupoetres, which means in second place is Kayla Quimbley. Kayla, thank you so much for those incredible poems. Blue, congratulations on taking first. Do you have anything to say to the people watching at home?
Just thank you, everybody. This was a long day. I appreciate everybody that came out. Thank you very much.
And thank you for those incredible poems. One more time, y'all. Blupoetres for the win tonight. All right. That's it, people. That concludes the Virtual Slam Head-to-Head edition. Like I said, we are here every second and fourth Monday. If you want a chance to sign up to compete for the Virtual Slam, all you got to do is become a Right About Now supporter on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/WAN Poetry and click that little blue button to become a supporter. $4.99 a month, and you get access to the Virtual Slam and so much more. And we have some big plans. Big plans and big money planned for 2022. So stick around. Make sure you follow WAN Poetry on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, all of that to find out more. Until next time, thank you so much to my team behind the scenes. Danny Strack holding it down. Our pole master is what we've decided to call him. Until next time, my name is Chibbi. Honor and a privilege, as always, to be your host. Y'all stay safe out there.